The adventures of our elven hero are far from over. Having finished her studies, she now must return home to guide her people. Stay with us to see that story unfold. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our educational episode of
The Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapil. As usual, before we get started, be sure to subscribe and get that bell on if you want to be notified when we post our informative D&D content. Be sure to like this video, comment on this video, and share this video to help with the YouTube algorithm get us out there. Today, we'll be finishing up with part 2 of the Lorehold student build. In the last video, we did up to level 10 of the build, 6 levels of Peace Cleric and 4 levels of Lore Bard. This build finishes up nicely as you add to your spells, not just support spells, but with some attack spells as well.
Now, after finishing our education, we return to our home filled with energy and passion. The season of summer is still upon us, and we're exalted from our victories. Seeing home dampens our spirits somewhat. Our people aren't suffering, but are far from their former glory. Where once we lived in graceful towers surrounded by art and gardens, we now live in wilderness camps. We wonder if we should use our new knowledge to reclaim our home or focus on building a new one in this land. We left our hero after finishing school and becoming 10th level, so let's continue. At 11th level, we take 5th level of Bard. We get Font of Inspiration, letting us regain all expended uses of Bardic Inspiration on a short or long rest. Speaking of Bardic Inspiration, it increases from a d6 to a d8. For spells, we get 1 spell known to 3rd level or lower and 1 6th level spell slot. One spell that any support character should carry is Lehman's Tiny Hut. It will make taking watch a thing of the past, letting you and your party get some well-deserved rest. Now 12th level is 6th level Bard. We get Counter Charm. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. A creature must be able to hear you to gain this benefit, and the performance ends early if you're incapacitated, silenced, or if you choose to end it. For spells, all we get is a spell known, and Dispel Magic is a great choice. The main ability we get at this level is Additional Magical Secrets. It allows you to take 2 spells from any list for a level you can cast or lower. Right now we can cast 3rd level spells, so we'll take, of course, Fireball. Now we can do some serious damage in combat. Plus, we have up to 6 level spell slots, so we can upcast it. For the second spell, let's take Counterspell. We have Shield and Silvery Barbs as our only reaction spells for now, and now we have a way to stop enemy spellcasters.
Yep. At 13th level, we take 7th level of Bard. We only get spells at this level. From the Lorehold student background, we get Arcane Eye and Stone Shape added to our spell lists. We get 1 more spell known that can be a 4th level or lower now, and 1 7th level spell slot. For our spell known, take Polymorph for that one creature in the fight that you need to stop for a few turns while you mop up their friends before turning your attention back to them. At 14th level is 8th level of Bard. We get an ability booster feat, and we want an ability boost to cap our charisma at 20. This will help with our spell attacks and save DCs, not to mention our healing with our Bard spells. At this level, we just get a spell known of 4th level or lower, and we'll take Ralathim's Psychic Lance for a great damage-dealing spell that can also incapacitate the target on a failed intelligence save. At 15th level is 9th level of Bard. Our Song of Rest dice improves to a d8, and from our Lorehold student background, we get Flame Strike and Legend Lore added to our spell lists. We get another spell known that can be a 5th level or lower now, and an 8th level spell slot. Take Mass Cure Wounds because you are a healer at heart and you don't like seeing your friends dead. At 16th level, we take 10th level of Bard. Our Bardic Inspiration dice improves from a d8 to a d10, and we can expertise in 2 skills, and we picked Investigation and Performance. We get 1 cantrip and 2 spells known that can be a 5th level or lower, but no new spell slots. For the cantrip, take Message, and for the 2 spells known, take Synaptic Static for a devastating AoE spell and Teleportation Circle. We also get another use of Magical Secrets. This time we can take 5th level spells, and for the first spell, let's take Circle of Power. Divine energy radiates from you, distorting and diffusing magical energy within 30 feet of you. Until the spell ends, the spear moves with you, is centered on you, and for the duration, each friendly creature in the area, including yourself, has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Additionally, when affected creature succeeds on a saving throw made against a spell or magical effects that allows you to make a saving throw to only take half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw. And for the second spell, let's take Steel Wind Strike. You flourish a weapon used in casting the spell and then vanish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you can see within range. Make a melee spell attack against each target. On a hit, the target takes 6d10 force damage, and you can then teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 5 feet of one of the targets you hit or missed. It doesn't say you have to teleport, just that you can, so most of the time we will stay out of melee. At 17th level, we take 11th level of Bard. All we get at this level is another spell alone of 6th level or lower and 1 9th level spell slot. We will take Mass Suggestion. If you ever find yourself surrounded by a big group of enemies, this will be a good spell to have.
Now, the decision of whether to reclaim our home or build anew was taken from us. The enemy found our new home and came to finish their conquest. This time, however, they did not find unprepared artists. They found hardened veterans who had been training in the arts of warfare. We took to the woods, where their greater numbers were no match for our ambushes and coordinated spellcraft. Their siege weapons were useless with no towers to assault, and their conjured beasts fell to banishment by our wizards. For years they were forced to retreat, only to return anew with fresh forces, but every loss gives our people new skills and new hope. We have found that our job is no longer teaching our people to defend themselves, but rather to keep them from losing themselves to war and forsaking peace. We counsel mercy to enemy survivors and seek to negotiate with the enemy to secure peace. The season of fall is upon us, as we try to bring harmony and comfort to a people at war. 18th level is 12th level Bard. We get an ability booster feat, and we want the Resilient feat. It gives us proficiency with 1 save and +1 to that ability. We will give it to Constitution, making it 14, giving us more hit points and making our concentration checks better. For spells, we just get another 5th level spell slot. And 19th level is 13th level Bard. Our Song of Rest dice improves from a D8 to a D10. We get another spell known as 7th level or lower, and another 6th level spell slot. And take Resurrection, it's a must.
Yeah.
And 20th level is 14th level Bard. From the lower college, we get Peerless Skill. When you make an ability check, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. Roll a Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to your ability check. You can choose to do so after you roll the die for the ability check, but before the DM tells you whether you succeed or fail. And we get 2 spells known of 7th level or lower, and another 7th level spell slot, and we want Force Cage and Regenerate. We get our 3rd use of Magical Secrets, and they can be of 7th level or lower from any spell list, and it's an easy choice. Let's take Crown of Stars for a fun area of effect spell, and Heal for a 70 hit point healing spell. Yeah. And now at last we have secured a peace, but at great cost in lives, not only of our own people, but of the enemy as well. We grieve for losses on both sides. The enemy refused all offers of peace and returned again and again, but their resources were waning and the attacks grew weaker. Finally, seeking to end it, we led our people in a counterattack against their stronghold in our former lands. Our people defeated their garrisons, liberated the slaves, both our people and others who the enemy had brought there. At last the enemy leader was brought to a final stand. He cried out from the battlements, "Your forces now outmatch us. The tables have turned, and you come to bring us death." We respond, "No, we come to offer you peace."
Yeah. This build both suits the Lorehold College's principles and the ideals we think suit the Peace Domain Cleric, using violence when necessary to defend lives or preserve peace, but not for gain or conquest. It supports and upholds those it considers under its protection and has negotiation skills to avoid war and broker for peace, but the power to best anyone who would break that peace. We hope you've enjoyed this build as much as we have. If you have any questions, comments, or build requests, please leave them in the comment section below. We received a build request from Anna the Elephant, who wanted a Loxodon Blade Singer who grapples. We are really excited for this one, and we will hope you will join us. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.